Hey guys, what's up? It's Raymond here with Curated History. So today I'm going to be talking about the Culion leper colony of the Philippines. So this is a very interesting piece of history to me because just a little bit of a background. I'm Filipino, so I like reading about Philippine history and just learning more about my background and my heritage. But what really attracted me about this story, about this colony, is the fact that when I think about lepers or leper colonies, things like that, it's not something that I typically associate with Philippine history. So when I read about this, I thought, you know what, I'm going to dive more into it because I've never really heard of it before. Okay, so anyway, what is this leper colony? So it was established when the Americans took over the Philippines, and this happened towards the end of the 1800s and the early 1900s. And what the Americans wanted to do when they came to the Philippines was to establish some kind of public health system in the country. And one of their concerns, one of the things they wanted to manage was leprosy. Because at that time, there wasn't really any cure for it. There wasn't a way to manage it except to isolate and segregate those people who have been diagnosed with leprosy. So, what the Americans did was they tried to find a place where they could put these lepers. And they decided to go to this place called Culion in a region called Palawan. So if that name sounds a little bit familiar, Palawan is known for being kind of like a tourist hotspot and vacation hotspot for many people. But at one point in time, there was a leper colony over there. So they found this place in 1901, but they didn't really settle anybody over there until 1906. Now, the story of Culion is kind of a sad one because the people that were shipped over there, they were taken away from their families. They were basically cut off from everything. They were placed in this colony, and some historians actually call it the island of no return because this is basically a place where people went to die. There were some patients that tried to escape and go back out into the world, but they unfortunately didn't make it. So this place was put under the control of public health for obvious reasons, and the lepers stayed here and kind of just built their community. And this is where it gets really interesting because this colony wasn't just a quarantine zone. It wasn't just some camp where sick people hung together. Over the years, it became some kind of society. And believe it or not, they even had their own currency. They had their own coinage system. And during World War II, they even started having their own paper money. So, in a way, it was like a country on its own. And for a very long time, it was under the control of the public health department. And it was not until the mid to late 80s that they started to become integrated with Philippine society again as a whole. So that was the time when the public health department stopped being in control of Culion, and this place started having elections. So they started having elected leaders. And eventually they were integrated back into Philippine society. And back in 2006, UNESCO finally declared this place leper free. And now it's fully integrated back into Philippine society, but its history is there and it plays a significant role in the history of the Philippines. So that's all I need to talk about. Very interesting, and I hope you guys tune in for more. Have a great day.